And like that, you push a button and you're live. Broadcasting from our InHarmony Studio in Las Vegas, Nevada. Welcome everybody to this Tuesday night live at 5 on YouTube or on Facebook. So before we get into what we want to talk about today, now's a great time to tag somebody you know and love that might want to hear about what we have going on. Now's the time for you to hit the like button or the bell, get the notifications going so that you know when we go live. Generally speaking, we go live each and every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific with a little bit of what's happening here at InHarmony Interactive, something that I really love and really enjoy. And today is one of those spectacular days because I know we only get to go live here for 15 or 20 minutes a day or a week. And there's so many communications that happen between our affiliate chat, of course, and our user chat, our emails that go out, and just one-on-one conversations that I have with so many of you that follow what we're doing. And here at InHarmony, it's all about content. It's all about hardware, obviously, that we make and manufacture. But what you play through that hardware has very quickly become a focal point of what we're doing and how we're growing. And on Friday, we welcome to the team a very spectacular human that I cannot wait to introduce you to. We brought on a director of harmonics, somebody that can exclusively focus on making sure our music is on point, new music, new artists, and a very exciting announcement that we're going to make today to share with you a new way that we're going to continue to steward our technology to evangelize the music that we play, the content that we create, and of course, and most importantly, the experiences that are gained from our technology. And at the core of that is our music, is the tracks that are being played, and exactly the music and frequencies, which you're going to hear about today, are brought by none other than the very spectacular Anthony Weiss, also known as Home. And let's pull Anthony on. Anthony, are you here? There he is.
Here.
He is here. All right. Oh, it's so good. All right. So I'm honored and just to share space with you, Anthony. You know how much I adore you and Gloria and everything that's happening on that beautiful piece of land down in Arizona. I love having you closer to us, but all of that is here nor there. For what we're doing here at InHarmony Interactive and your role as Director of Harmonics. And what I want to do for the next 15 or 20 minutes is really just kind of talk about what it means for our brand, what it means for this role, for you, for music creation, for new artists that are coming on board. And I think it's probably time we let everybody know InHarmony Media was born on Friday as Anthony came on board. And a specific genre in particular that we want to talk about today called micro-tonal music, which is focused on these long stretched out frequencies that bring so much benefit to us through our delivery systems in the InHarmony Meditation Cushion, the InHarmony Practitioner, and of course the InHarmony Sound Lounge. And Anthony, we've been working together for probably 9 months, a year, something like that. And obviously it's been a pleasure working with you because we continue to dig deeper into this relationship. But I really wanted to kind of show you off a little bit and share with the world that Anthony is the newest member of our team. And as Director of Harmonics is really going to be focused on bringing new music. And we have a few announcements today that we want to share as well. So I don't know what you want to share, but meet our audience and meet our world. And to our world, please meet the very spectacular Anthony Weiss. Anthony, welcome, brother.
Hello, hello. What a wonderful, honorable entrance. Thank you for that.
I love you, man. I love you. Well, your music is something that obviously drives our tech. It's at the cornerstone of our app, and the 10 solfeggio frequencies that you created, which I want to talk about a little bit of the process that you went into in creating those. But those 10 solfeggio frequencies are just that. They are 10 solfeggio frequencies focused on healing, obviously focused on specific frequencies that have a specific intent on the body. And why don't you just share for a little while your creative genius behind it? If you want to share a little bit about how you made it, and maybe the potential to collaborate with other artists on more music, and kind of what it means to be working with us and in your new role.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I can start with the creative genius part of it and kind of what triggered that and what spawned that. Definitely would have to attribute that to plant medicine. Years ago. I haven't done it so much lately. I haven't had a need to, but like 5 or 6 years ago, tried ayahuasca for the first time. And that next morning, I was surrounded by a bunch of instruments like hand pans and like different sound healing instruments.
Kind of like you are right now.
Exactly. Before then, I didn't have too many. I didn't have anything. I don't think I had any like sound healing instruments. But I just remember that morning, I was still like kind of in the afterglow of that ceremony. And I started playing this tongue drum for the first time. And like the frequencies coming off this instrument was just so mind blowing to me. Like I could just feel it. Like I was just very, hyper present to sounds and, how things can be coming out of something like that. And that started my sound healing journey, or my desire to be a sound healer. And I've been a musician for over 20 years, but not, sound healing started about 5 years ago on that day. And I just kind of became obsessed with frequencies and like actually caring about like how things are tuned, and that there is such a thing as like, like 440 hertz. Like all music most music in the world is tuned to 440 hertz. Most people may not know that, but like to even know that there's there's something going on with like the music and the instruments being used to create a piece of music. And once I found out that it can have an impact on your body, and vibration is just, vibration is everything, without sounding like the cheesy thing we all know, like everything is vibrating. So, just geeking out on that topic has led me to here, essentially. And what made this project so great working with you guys was the beginning of that project. I feel like was the start of just a beautiful journey. It was like the beginning of what I've been looking for as far as like creating the thing I've been wanting to create. So just with the 10 tracks that I made with you guys was just basically starting with a blank slate, like white piece of paper, and just producing, just pulling up different sounds, different orchestrations, different, synths and things, and hitting a note. And then it just starts from there. You start to, you just feel it from there. And then as far as like tuning things to the specific solfeggio frequencies, that became a self-learning process of figuring out like how do you tune an entire track. Like when you listen to it, you're hearing just one audio track that is the song, right? But that track consists of like, 10, 15, 30 tracks that make up that song. So how do you make each of those tracks tuned to 174 hertz or 963 hertz?
It's almost similar to, we say music is tuned to 440. And what that really means for those that aren't, into music theory, is that the A is tuned to 440, or the A is tuned to 432, one octave lower. And what that feels in the body, what that invokes at a cellular level is what brings on the healing aspect of it, what resonates with the body and the frequencies of the body. And yes, I'll just throw in what I think is so exciting about what you've done with our solfeggio frequencies is that you figured out how to tune your instruments to 174, to 285, to 396, 417, 432, etc. and the 10 tracks that we've created. And it's really created something quite magical. I mean, it's funny because I'll just share something from the production side of this thing. Like, we still geek out and get chills when we watch and hear what you've created.
All the time.
It's like it just happened 15 minutes ago. And just to hear the music, and I've got a decent sound system here on my computer for this purpose, and to feel the fullness and the richness of that sound and that audio, not on a sound lounge, but just hearing it through speakers here on my computer, it evokes an experience at a cellular level, and it's really the magic of what you're doing. Anyhow.
Yeah. Even like just with I'll just tell the audience where, I'm creating 10 videos for each of the 10 tracks to put on YouTube so people can experience them. They're going to be 11 minutes long, and even just editing those videos and watching it, just hitting play and checking it out, like that reminds me of like the music. Like I still get blown away by my own music, essentially,
which is so great. It's the way it should be.
Aside, I mean, it equally affects me the way it affects anybody who's listening to it.
It's such a powerful way to record.
Totally.
And of course, to have a sound lounge sitting next to you. I'm going to just put Anthony on the focus here for a second, and you'll be able to see a little bit more of of his studio. There's a beautiful little device there over your right shoulder. You've got a sound lounge over your left shoulder, and you're in this studio. So Anthony lives on this spectacular land called Arcadia, the Arcadia Project. And on this land, they have a studio specifically dedicated to all of the musicians that live on that land. And Anthony's kind of set up there on the forefront with, if you want to talk a little bit about what you're doing there, it's really brilliant.
Yeah, so I'm in a tiny home essentially right now. And before I came here, it was a community kind of music space. So there's a lot of like random instruments behind me. There's a drum kit. There's like all kinds of like world instruments, which is really fun. So they were gracious enough to give me this half of the room where you see this little curtain thing. This side is my production space. So I'm very grateful to them for providing that. And yeah, I get to be surrounded by epic instruments and create all day. So
and I think it's, I think it's important. So I just went out to visit Anthony with my family a couple weeks ago, and we were sitting in the studio, and I said, why isn't the sound lounge plugged into your studio? And Anthony was like, well, I wasn't even sure that I could do that.
I don't know why that didn't occur to me.
So here's the cool part about our technology is that think of it like an extension of your sound system, and you can absolutely connect it. So he has these beautiful monitor speakers that are set up with this great headphone amplifier that he's plugged into when he's making music. And we simply split off of that into the back of the amplifier for the sound lounge, which then activates the sound lounge with the same feed that's coming through what he's making. So in real time, somebody could be laying on the sound lounge while he's making music inside the softwares that you use in order to do it. And of course, recording live into it. I mean, it's really remarkable, the inspiration that you get on that land, going outside, recording thunder and lightning and different sounds from nature, and bringing that into our music in a very authentic way. It's just absolutely awesome what you're doing there.
Yeah, we're really at the beginning of, there's so many ideas buzzing around between our calls, between us two alone, aside from everyone else you talk to. Like, there's just so much fresh and raw things to create with this technology. It's like live performances. We could do live online thing from across the world. Anybody who has a tech can put on headphones, and I could do a live experience. Like, that's all coming. That's
all coming. So good. So I will say, I'll expand a little bit on what Anthony has kind of shared. So until now, really, all of our music was available through our app. You don't need our technology in order to gain access to the app. It's available in the Google Play Store and the Apple iOS App Store. You can download it. You can listen to it using headphones. You can listen to it using AirPods. You can listen to it using a Bluetooth speaker or your car speakers, although I don't recommend doing it while you drive. You can listen to it through your home stereo system, whatever it is. And that's largely been where these have been available. Well, Anthony's in the process of curating videos, these epic landscapes in 1080p that you're going to be able to then stream through YouTube. And we're offering on the InHarmony YouTube channel, we are going to create a playlist of our first 10 solfeggio frequencies in 11-minute durations. And we're going to put that up for everyone to experience as a sample of music within our app. And we're also going to be creating 2-minute kind of sample excerpts. We're going to upload those to our InHarmony SoundCloud account. And then we're actually going to embed those on our website. And I wasn't prepared to do this. In fact, I'm not even going to try and do it because it's not going to go as well as I want it to go. But on future lives, I will share my screen and walk everybody through our website, which is going to continue to get better. We've already pushed publish on a little bio for Anthony. We're going to be adding other musics, Asa and Source Vibrations, Botech, aka Fibonacci, the very spectacular Victoria Angelheart, who put together our first guided meditation in our app. And we're going to have these bios available so that not only can you gain access to who is producing music in the app, but you can also gain access to all of the other things that they're doing, because we work with some incredibly talented musicians. And if you're on a list, a very long list now, actually, that's growing, of artists that have sent me things because you want us to participate, I sincerely apologize. I have not had the time to vet, to listen, and to properly onboard you. Well, that's one of the things that Anthony's going to be doing in his obviously newly defined role. It's day 5 that he's with us. So we've got a couple projects to get lifted and to get off and done. And then Anthony's going to begin reaching out to many different artists and adding their music. If you subscribe to our app, you will get all of that music. As we upload it, it's available in your version of the app. We're redoing the categories. We're going to redo the manner in which you can search for these different tracks in our app. And that will all continue to expand as we have more and more tracks. I think we're close to 100 tracks right now that are available in our app. And that number, of course, is only going to continue to grow. More and more value will be added. I'll add this. You don't need our tech. And more importantly, if you have somebody else's tech, you can listen to our app through that technology. And what most people don't realize is that you can actually listen to anything you want. Anything you can put on your phone or on your computer and connect to our technology, you can listen to. Now, not all of it will activate the technology in the way that you want it to. A lot of the meditation music that's out there is very ethereal. It's very high pitched. That won't activate the low end transducers that are inside the sound lounge, which is one of the biggest challenges and one of the biggest opportunities in what we're creating in this microtonal genre. Maybe you could talk a little bit about microtonal music, because you introduced this to me just a few weeks ago and I was like, what did you just say? Like, what is that? But we need to do more of this. So it's really exciting.
Well, one thing I want to add to the fact that people can listen to anything on the tech, you can pull up Spotify or YouTube or whatever, but one thing that is going to be really important and people will just learn and we'll provide this information for people to learn this, but YouTube doesn't have the highest quality sound. So if you listen to it in the InHarmony app, you're actually listening to it in its truest audio form, which is high definition, WAV files, 44:1. There's like certain standards that make things high quality. But YouTube, this is something that I didn't get a chance to talk to you about, Craig, but YouTube compresses videos. So it's compressing the audio in the video, which means you're not getting the actual intended frequency that I created or that any one of us are creating in this music. So it's great to listen to and you can feel it. But if you really want like the sweet spot, like the juice, is going to be in the app where it's the quality is not affected.
I'll put links to Google Play, and I'll put links to the iOS store in the show notes. It'll take me a day or so to get that up, but by tomorrow, I'll make sure that there are links in the show notes below so that if you don't have access to the app, you can explore it and check it out. If you're listening to us live, by the way, I see that there's a bunch of you that are listening. Feel free to leave us a comment. Let us know where you are. If you're watching the replay, let us know you're watching the replay, and let's get some of those comments going on Facebook and YouTube. And look, this is the stuff that really lights us up. And for a long time, we've been doing this for 5 years. And for a long time, content has been a little bit of a crutch for us, mainly because it's not my specialty. I love music. I love hearing it and experiencing it. I'm a technologist at heart, but ultimately it's musicians like Anthony that are really making our technology sing. And I know there are so many of you that are out there that want access to our community, that want access to our audience, that have incredible things to share. And that's really where InHarmony Micro-tonal Media was born, in this record label that we're starting to come out with. And Anthony, you can expand on this a little bit, but here's the long and the short of it. Anthony and all of his incredible knowledge, by the way, he's in the process of finishing off learning how to master music and finish off tracks in a beautiful and incredible way, which is a huge asset for him and for us. And what we're going to start doing is working with musicians and representing them, getting them distributed out to Spotify and various other outlets, and helping them to come on board to get their music out to a larger audience. And of course, create some exclusive tracks for inside the InHarmony app. So our vision for what's going to be happening here is an expansion of what's happening on our website. Track descriptions, many of you have requested it. We're working on them. Track descriptions, layouts. We're working with Lynn Fisher, another one of our business partners, that's helping us to create some beautiful PDFs that you can print and put beside your sound lounge or your InHarmony meditation cushion. If you're a practitioner, specific tracks that you can use in specific use cases. So there's a lot that we want to create in physical and obviously digital formats as well. And this is really just the beginning of it, because there are so many musicians out there that want to get into this type of music, don't have the proper outlet, don't have a revenue stream attached to it. And we, of course, want to help with that so that we can continue to proliferate what this looks like. So if you have comments on that, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Like all of the above to what you're saying. Like the goal is to support artists in whatever way that means, whether helping them earn an income, spotlighting them to help them gain more fans or more likes or follows or what have you. And yeah, essentially the original idea was for it to be the label side of InHarmony, which is just like a really fun an exciting idea for us to talk about, because it just opens up the door to, one, for collaborations, to, you know, for more, you know, I'm not the only talented producer out there. There's so many amazing producers that want to do this stuff. I've actually already been reached out to a couple times just since Friday. So the door is open. So especially on this live now, like, any shout out to any artist who is interested or wants to create frequency music or wants to know how to do it. You don't have to already know how to do it. I'm also here. Part of my role is to help artists like yourselves to understand certain things. Like, I get that you guys might have an array of instruments, but you don't know how to record it, or you don't have the recording software. I can help with that. So collaborations are going to be really hot on the table, I think. And just really expand the library, just blow the lid on the amount of content that we can create, and create all kinds of different healing experiences for people that have the tech. That's yeah.
Not to mention the incredible resource that you have on that beautiful land, around 60 plus acres in the hills just east of Kingman, Arizona. And there's opportunities for people to go and visit, stay on the land, work, and support what you guys are building, which is spectacular. And of course, drop into the studio and co-create together. I think it's one of the coolest parts of this relationship. First, Anthony and I are friends on top of everything else. And text messages of like you geeking out on, check this out, or here's a video that I just created, or I just created this, it sounds incredible. This is the kind of stuff that really lights me up, that frankly, I want to be focused on supply chain management, making sure that we're working with our manufacturing and logistics partners to bring technology, building the community on the front end, answering questions on how to get things set up, how to get things configured, working with our affiliates. That's really where I thrive and I really excel. And I love the work. I love building community. And of course, Anthony loves making music. And this is something that really allows him to expand upon that. And it all creates more engagement. The app is just getting started. The content is just getting started. And I've been waiting a long time for this. I know Dom's been waiting a long time for this as well. And we're real excited. Anything else you want to add? I know we've been running here a little while.
No, other than a thank you for reminding me about making the space available to any artists. That's another huge thing that I want to open up for people to come here for a weekend and record with me. Like, that's totally on the table. So
cool.
Other than that, like, this is just the beginning, honestly. Like, we have so much to do. And I think for anyone watching, like, be excited for what's to come very soon.
So I'll put a couple things out there of where we're going to be just by way of updates. So Anthony, myself, we're going to be at EDC, Electric Daisy Carnival. It's a huge, who knows, 50,000, 100,000 people attended here in Las Vegas. We're going to have our technology set up in the Artist Lounge. So if you're going to be there and you do have access, it is a little restricted to get in there. But if you do have access and you're going to be there, please seek us out and find us. And then we're going to be at Meet Delic as well. Meet Delic is a psychedelics conference that's coming up here at Area 15, of all places, where my wife has been involved for the last 2.5 years. And the incredible team at Meet Delic, Matt, Jackie, and the rest of their team are putting together an incredible lineup of speakers. And our tech, of course, is going to be showcased there as well. And going back to that plant medicine and going back to different applications for our technology, something that we're really excited to be supporting, be a part of. Tickets to Meet Delic are reasonable. You want to come to Las Vegas, things are open here. I think it's $165 for a 2-day pass. And you have access to a wealth of different speakers and, of course, access to our technology. There are 60 other vendors that are going to be set up in the back as well. So the beginning of something really big and something very exciting. And I'll put links to that in the show notes as well. I hope you all have a spectacular day. Anthony, my brother, the first of many lives. If you didn't catch us, we were live on Instagram on Friday, kind of starting this announcement and getting things going. And Anthony and I, as we have exciting things to share with you, we will be going live, not just here at 5 p.m. on Tuesday, but also throughout the week. So make sure you mark that notifications bell and make sure you start getting notifications. Subscribe to us here on YouTube, as we're going to have more and more content and playlists that are going to be rolled out here. Follow us on Spotify. We just created a new InHarmony Micro-tonal music playlist that you're going to be able to find there, that we'll be adding tracks, not just from our artists, but from other tracks that sound great that we found on Spotify, of course, on SoundCloud as well. So all of this is going to be listed on our website underneath a new page for music that we're going to create over the next few weeks. And and just keep your eyes on what we're doing. We appreciate the support and the love and all of the comments and people talking about our technology, which is relatively new to most people. So yeah, of course, a lot of people aren't sure exactly what it is or if the investment is worthwhile and the value that we provide. And hopefully through our music and sharing that, we can show you who we are, what we're doing, why we're doing it. And super grateful for each and every one of you as we continue to build and grow.
Yeah, tons of exciting stuff happening.
Thank you, everybody. I hope you have a great day. Thank you much. Bye-bye.
Guys.